Let's go, motherfucker.
Everything that they have faced this year, no one took them seriously. They couldn't do it online. Online Reapers, that was the type. Yes, but here in Paris, they have been so incredibly consistent. It's the balance as well between the roster. The kills, Anxiety and Scythe, 52 apiece. Big Man, 46. If you need your brothers, if you want to put your arms around your friends and ask them to drag you to glory, that's how you do it. To get 26 kills and a win to end map number 11 here for G2. They were not going to go quietly in the night. You saw them. You get the zone pull. It's been a year of controlling bio for them. They see that and they say, great, we don't got to move here. We know exactly what we have to do.
They needed to be there as well. We now have 5 teams that could close it out right here, right now. I'm so pumped.
Goj, in your experience, is there much a team changes now about how they play? It's not about kills, it's just about...
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your eyes for a feast. This is going to be a bloodbath. If you wanted to send it on to more maps, you get a circle like this where it pushes everybody into one corner of the map. Bioweapon's going to be heavily contested. G2 are going to be squaring down with Leviathan, of all people who go at them. Right next door, JD Gaming, another match point team, and they're actually going to push this to third party.
Ain't no party like a third party, as we always say. How are these teams going to battle it out here? Already kickstarting it. G2, I think they get a little bit of an idea that there's some other players here, more than they anticipated. Very quickly, before we get in, look at the top of your screen, 15 out of 16, Virtus Pro, potentially already wiped off of some early engagements, but back to the action. Melvin takes the fight against Scythe in the stairwell, is able to get the drop, able to get the full. Anxiety answers back though, kill on to Zark. It's just a nice little trifecta of action here. Diving in and out of the windows. Good shots from Anxiety. You gotta jump in. Self-denied. No opportunity to get back into this. And for Anxiety, I think he's done enough to stay alive, get the teammates back in. Now the question is, do they fly immediately onto Bio to help secure this power position for this zone? Or do they try and maybe stay alive, play a little bit more cautious?
And they're rotating off towards Chem, where they will meet Gen G. It's had a very torrid afternoon. AGAL and Leviathan will continue to send it at bioweapons. The rotation away for JD Gaming only gets so far. Slappy sat down, Member's going to try and cover. Does drop Aiden. Slappy will get back to his feet. Both at low health. No, try and turn and burn. Won't get it. Gabe, Kuhn and Len cleared things out. FLS off into the ocean.
Not a great play from Gen G there. It's a great swing at the right time, in order to make it stay alive. And oh my God, yet again, we're down at the factory side, and look who is here. The Falcons, yet again. There's 4 other teams in the lobby that they can chalk, but they're putting it on their back to say, we will make sure Twisted Minds do not make it further. They will not be the champions of this event.
Screams are so cold if ever I saw one. If you want to know where the rest of the match point teams are, you will see Gromlock in the feed, knocking the lead. That is over at Stronghold, where the Gentlemates landed and have now begun a wild swimming route all the way up the northern side of the map. Not sure about that game plan, not one we see very often. T1, they're fighting a turbine, have garnered themselves a pocket of space. We already know about JD and G2, and of course your Twisted Minds, they're trying to deal with that Falcons pressure.
So much action happening elsewhere around our map, but down at Bio, JDG taking a fight against G2. Scythe, he's still here, playing cleanup. Slappy, Melvin dropped yet again into the blender. Does JDG continue to go?
FLS taking absolutely zero risks. The deepest breath of your life into the floor of the seas we go. Gentlemates on this swimming route that I was talking about. To be fair, if you don't run into trouble, it will literally lead you all the way to bioweapons. It just depends on where they want to get off, where they do want to head back to shore. Twisted Minds move through factory, breaching, clearing, looking for threats. Speaking of which, G2 have dealt with all of theirs so far, and as JD come back yet again, Big Man, Anxiety and Scythe are locking this down.
I mean, this is a power position for where this zone is pulling. They can ride this till the wheels fall off. And I love this Anxiety hip fire, rev in hand. Take down Slappy. You're just not giving JDG an opportunity to even try and stay into this tournament. A little bit of a do-si-do around the shack here as you were trying to bring one of these members of Gen G down into the line of sight of your teammates. It's going to be Gabe inside. Good armor crack from Anxiety, but you've already done what you need to do. That's back Gen G down. Give over to Bio with your teammates.
I love his positioning in that fight. Very disciplined from the young man. He decides to back off, put himself where the windows of bioweapons are exposed, and it allows Scythe and Big Man to cover his retreat. We'll get back together as a 3. Try and, again, lock down that northeastern corner. They've done so well through this year. Swatting away all comers. T1 will dodge a precision airstrike. Great shots out of Spam in the end to cut key bays. Twisted Mind trying to move through Harbor here. Looks like they have dealt with Falcons on a day where they can seemingly do no right. G2 continue to just mop points out of JD Gaming. Again, it doesn't matter how many points you put on the board. If you close out, you win. So for JD Gaming, this isn't a bad thing necessarily, but you can't build your way into the map. You can't get advanced UAVs, intel, etc. You are fighting from behind.
G2 currently have 13 kills. JD have 5. Give you any sort of an idea of how that contest is going back and forth between those two teams. I don't even know if I can call it a contest. Feels like a feeding frenzy for G2 at that point. But already, some great defense coming out of G2 here. Like we said, it's going to force so many of these teams to have to get pushed to this side of the map. Look at the Gentlemates out into the water, and I'm seeing shots coming out of Z-Dark down into them. If I'm the Gentlemates here, this is not the position I want to try and be in.
Honestly, I just don't understand this rotation. Maybe they pull it off and call them geniuses, but felt risky to me. And Grommelot now, he'll be sat down next. Hollow's under pressure out in the waters. Can you stay up? Just about dodges a bullet or two. The new velocity mechanics in the water, probably cutting him clean, but we will just about burn through the Resurgence timer. Should get Enkyo back up momentarily. Grommelot a couple of seconds after that.
Yet again, you do not want to be just trying to rely on water physics for your tournament dream to stay alive. And the problem is when you're out here, you have about 6 different teams looking out into the water, looking to cut you down.
Next circle pull absolutely massive, by the way, not only because we soon approach fire sale and the advance and everything that goes on with all these sites being forced into a small area due to the way the circle works, but it will tell people whether we are heading more towards bio, industries, chemical, etc., and they'll all have to get on their bikes, put themselves in win condition.
Shifty tries to lurk his way up the stairs. However, for you, the Ravens controlling top prison. They get a little bit of a peek, and they will bring you down. Last is the last player alive from Twisted Minds for the moment, playing top red. You do have a couple members of Gen G in front of you. At Harbor, at Chemical.
Oh my god.
Good shots from Big Man onto FLS. This could actually be huge because the other 2 members of JDG, they're still not even on the floor yet.
Well, the reason why JDG have... Oh my god, he gets the self off. What? I think Big Man expects him to just bleed out, so doesn't bother taking the remainder of the shots, hits the reload, and FLS just about gets himself back alive and swimming yet again. But this is the reason why JDG can continue to suffer, why you're seeing Slappy die in the feed and such, because FLS is out there, so it's safety for now. Grommelot into the water. Twisted Mind under pressure, and it will be JD Gaming wiped. They're done here. Over. One of our match point teams finished. We'll press on with the rest. G2 have complete control over bio. The circle pull's relatively central, so that's looking more like an Industries or Shack kind of circle. The Gentlemates have all turned tail and headed towards that center, but it's held by Leviathan.
Almond just playing his life, staying alive. The problem is he's caught on the outside of Chemical down below. Lennon will find another. Still just no opportunity to stay alive, and the shots are going in too much on the fly-in. Shifty, he's lost all of his plates as he hits the deck. Blast has been dropped. Shifty, he's got to stay alive here. Is he going to be able to? No, he cannot. He's taken out, and in the process, who else leaves the lobby? The Falcons.
G2 truly in the driving seat right now, and the Gentlemates are out. That swimming rotation does not pay out in the end. T1 trying to set up a turbine, suffering right now. Spam stripped of plates. Echo's trying to drill some efforts in the return.
Oh
Smith,
my god!
how do you get one from there? Skullface on the coverage over the back of the 4th, and you get yourselves in and will retrieve Echo from the buy station that is just on top of turbine. So yes, you lose your leader in the moment, but you have time to re-establish yourselves.
These teams are just dropping so quickly from this lobby. Top squads who we expected to be here are just gone. They're eliminated. Out into the buy station, Fede goes to try and get Novo. Maybe another chance here, but Knight in the kill feed. Wiped, believe. Wiped, that's AGAL. That's PBJ gone. One more team needs to drop to put us into the top 5.
Down to our top 6 teams, of which match point we have T1 under pressure right now from the Ravens. Nielsen sends it and loses the fight. Disrupt and spam going to work here. They'll hit the buy station, pick up whatever they require. UAVs in hand, looking to set themselves up with the information for the rotation. G2, they will deal with Novo again and again, and actually Gen G have a body in this direction. Could let them be a thorn in the side.
Lobby will crawl to a patience because we're missing so many teams. You can see on the top left side of your screen here, nobody really has to be on top of each other.
God.
And the zone pulls one more time, and G2 still control Bio.
T1 do have enough in the sense for an advanced UAV. Will give them everything they need to know. Could play in through industries, but what they want to do is clear out that southern side or western side of the circle, of which there are 2 Ravens players and 1 from Gen G. You do that, you can almost set up a straight square off with G2 in that industries building later. You're just trying to figure out when they get active, where to make the move. And between them, Leviathan still exists as a full 3 in the Shag. What role could they play in whether or not we see one more map?
Everybody crawling down here. T1 have decided to clear out their backside over here at prison. I don't mind it. You have a member of Ravens who will get found out in King Chalk. You have one member of Gen G. Will you see Gabe Kuhn here? Gabe has the opportunity to spoil this for T1. Unfortunately for him, the timing is just not there. Spam cuts him down. This now gives T1 a pretty clean route into the rest of this map.
Gen G just going to buy back in. They have a full 3 set up at Chemical. It is all 3s, except for one member of the Ravens. Nielsen tucked inside. Make no mistake about him, though. This is a player that could 1v2, 1v3 any roster. We've watched him do it all year long. Next pull, splits, industries, and bio. As such, you'll see a shifting. T1 will take all the space in industries. Bioweapons has become home for 3 different sites.
Vortex, alongside his Novo brethren, down here in the basement. They've given up all of the upstairs to G2 here, and T1 have moved over to industries.
T1 might have missed a trick, actually, because Gen G have played a tunnel from Chem straight into industries and will actually draw up a line to hold them. A massive checkbox for T1 to face.
Leviathan is also still in this lobby, ladies and gentlemen. Still have an opportunity as well. Lennon guns up, cuts down Echo. Aiden, he's here to help as well. Sliding in and out, you try and go over the side, but Gen G, they will claim T1. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 teams remain in map number 11.
Gen G have gained all of industries control. The fights have forced pretty much everybody else over to bioweapons. That multi-layered building will become a kill box for everybody inside of it in a moment. G2 4-3, they'll be the highest team. In the basement exist the Italians of Novo. And then in the middle ground, it is, of course, your Latam north side. Leviathan, the Ogre, and the crew have rolled up to try and take control.
But look at where the zone is pulled. Gen G, they're in such a good opportunity here. Gabe Kuhn's gonna open up the fight onto Anxiety. Sight has to stay down below. Start calling in the streaks. You haven't got the full on Anxiety yet, and you're actually gonna move over and get this tap. You're gonna let Leviathan, you're gonna let Novo go ahead, battle it out. Meanwhile, Sight, he's jumped up. He's been able to find Aiden.
You have managed to get yourself pushed up into Chemical. You have the numbers advantage, but you're getting banged away at by Leviathan on the backside. One of you gets dropped. I don't think there's anyone to trade that, though, so you should be able to get into his feet if you're Anxiety and Big Man.
You need field medic here, though, if you are Anxiety, and you will get the tap. Zone will continue to move over, but Leviathan, you can see it on the top left side of your screen. They're starting this rotation.
They've got to find a way through, though, cleanly, and there will be a fight, and Gabe Kuhn might have just called the tournament right there as he drops Amir. It means that you are outnumbered. Everybody else, G2 in the driving seat.
It's all 3 members of G2. They find Gabe Kuhn. It's just one player of Leviathan. Enigma, G2. They just need this one last kill in order to become the Esports World Cup champions, and you can tell the hesitation is there. They don't want to throw this away.
0 risks, 0 concern here. Nothing to be worried about. Actually, Sight's just going to get aggressive. They're sending Krimi.
Krimi just trying to make the 1v3 of his life Rookie of the Year for a reason, but it doesn't matter! G2 have done it! The motto, nothing is granted, everything is earned, and if there is one team who spent the entire year earning it, it was G2! They came into the Esports World Cup last year with no expectations. Everybody had all of this noise.
Everything that they have faced this year, no one took them seriously. They couldn't do it online. Online Reapers, that was the type. Yes, but here in Paris, they have been so incredibly consistent. It's the balance as well between the roster. The kills, Anxiety and Scythe, 52 apiece. Big Man, 46. If you need your brothers, if you want to put your arms around your friends and ask them to drag you to glory, that's how you do it. Take it.
26 kills and a win to end map number 11 here for G2. They were not going to go quietly in the night. You saw them. You get the zone pull. It's been a year of controlling bio for them. They see that and they say, great, we don't got to move here. We know exactly what we have to do.
Gentlemen, your champions of the Warzone Resurgence Series Championship at the 2026 Esports World Cup, G2 Esports.